This is a video that I've been meaning to do for a very long time. I'm super passionate about, and I want to talk about this, literally just be raw to you around this subject. Why is starting now better than starting later? This applies in general, not necessarily property, but obviously in this video, more specific to property. I see a lot of people pushing away getting started in property investment and want to get down the line, or it's not the right time, things are going on, blah, 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 blah. I'm a big believer. If it's important to you, you find a way, and if it's not, you find an excuse. If property investing is a priority to you and it's life or death, you will figure out how you can start now. I don't care what financial situation you're in. I don't care what luck you think is not on your side, whatever, I don't know, whatever mindset thing you think you've got, belief systems you think you have at the moment that's stopping you from getting started now. It's all in your head. Because I can show you examples of people in the best case scenario, worst case scenario, who have all gone on to figure out how to start now rather than later. For me, I am super fortunate and super grateful to, again, have had the chance to make the decisions when I did. I.e., key example. Obviously, working in the corporate world, I was earning good money. I don't say good money, relative, but like some might argue 40 grand, 50 grand, 60 grand, whatever. It's a good salary to start with, right? But grand scheme of things, people are earning more, right? So people, 100 grand, 200 grand is possible. People achieving that, right? So for me, that was kind of the goal I wanted to achieve when I was in the corporate world. So if I didn't take my earnings that I was earning at a good time, which at the time I was earning good money, didn't have any real responsibilities or anything like that, so I could save good chunks of money, I took that and went and got educated. I acquired a new skill, which is property investing, learning how to invest in property. If I didn't make that move, fast forward to COVID, I get handed an email, which basically is a notice saying, hey, we're terminating your contract until further notice. And that's it. Like handing your, like literally stop working today. We're going to pay you for the last month and that's it. Stop working today, hand your laptop back in. We don't know what's going on in the world. So you're basically like on pause. We'll let you know what happens. And imagine that, right? Not knowing what your future holds. Are they going to come back and say, when are they going to come back and say, come back to work? When are you going to start making some more income? Because I was contracting, right? This is like literally just goodbye, contract terminated, it's done. So fortunate for me, I made that decision because I could have pushed back property investors and said, oh yeah, I'll do it later, I'm going to do it, whatever. But if I hadn't invested into myself, that would have been a real serious predicament for me. The only game in town was to apply for another job. But fortunately for me, I made that decision. So I didn't have to go down the route of applying for another job. I went down the route of, well, I've invested in my education. I've actually at that point in time as well, I've actually literally bought my first investment property. So some might say, oh, Alfred, but you bought your first one. So you kind of do you know what I mean? You've taken a deep dive into it. So it's kind of okay. But no, the point is none of that would have happened if I didn't make the choice to invest now rather than say, oh, I'll do it later. So personally, I'm super grateful that I made the decision to invest in myself. And it was a hard decision. Like I literally emptied my bank account. I had nothing left when I made that investment. I've shown screenshots previously to prove like I'm not just waffling, like this is true. Like it was a tough decision. I had the money at the time and I said, let me just do it and see what can come out of it. Because last thing I want to do is have a life of regret. And kind of coming back to the title, why starting now is better than later, right? There's been several times in my life where that scenario has proven true, where I made the choice early on to make a start on something than leaving it till later. And I get some of you might not be in the best scenario possible and whatever. You've just had a newborn, whatever, I don't know, something's in a way which you're perceiving to be what's stopping you from getting started. And for me, all I can say is I want to encourage you to do whatever it takes to find a way. It might be not having time. Again, people say, oh, I haven't got time. I'm working. I've got a family. Where do I find the time to learn the skill? When do I find the time to start investing? It's the same reason why you need to start investing so you can buy back your time. Like whichever angle you want to look at it, starting is a must. You've got to start operating from the mindset like this is a must. I need to figure out how can I do this today? Not tomorrow, today. Like literally sit down with a piece of paper to say, what can I do or sacrifices can I make today to allow me to get to my outcome I want? And it needs to happen today. And it might sound like an extreme thing to say, but it's the only way in which you're going to start operating from a mindset which allows you to start getting resourceful to think, okay, if it's life and death and I had to start today, what would I do? That is a powerful task to just set yourself. If it's a matter of life and death and I had to start today, what would I do? Trust me, you'll be surprised what outcomes. If you took this very serious and made this very true in your mind, you would really start to think outside the box and start to do the more uncomfortable things, the things you've been pushing back. And ultimately, it's there to save you later in the future. Another scenario where starting sooner than starting later has benefited me massively. Some of you might know, if you're following me closely on IG and stuff, I announced on Father's Day that I've got a son. He's now about 6 months old. And I'm super grateful that I can spend all my time with my little boy. Literally, I don't have to sacrifice. Like, I made a post talking about, imagine if I had to only have 2 weeks paternity leave. Like, I just can't even fathom what that even means. Like, what even that, like, he's growing so fast. Every day he's learning something new, whether it's walking, whether it's saying some words, whether it's crawling, whether it's him saying whatever. Something's changed in the way he reacts or whatever. And I can't imagine being 12 hours away from my son every single day and leave my missus at home to deal with the baby and figure it out. It's even that alone is like a huge task. Like, I found a new respect for women, and not to say I don't respect women, but the point I'm trying to make is, like, there's a heightened level of what it takes for women to, one, to give birth, two, to look after kids. It's intense. It's a lot. It's like for me, it's like I honestly think it's a full-time job. So I'm just grateful that I've invested into property. I've got cash flow. I've got income around me to not have to worry about money or like not being there from the missus or my son. Like, it's a given. Like, I can literally make choice. I can choose to do what the hell I want. I can fly whatever I want to fly business. I can do what the hell I want and create an environment for my son to be able to grow up in. The house I live in, it's an amazing house. We have everything we need. That's all come through because I made that decision to start sooner rather than later. I made that difficult decision to spend all the money I had to get started now rather than later. These are all things that are repeating in my life. And for me, as you can tell, I'm probably passionate about this topic. Like, I can't thank myself for backing myself and believing in myself. I guess what might differentiate me between me and someone else who doesn't make the move is they don't believe in themselves. Because if you did, why would you not invest in yourself? Why would you not want to get educated? Why would you not want to make the move now? Why do you keep pushing this thing off that you know is going to impact your life in massive way in the future? Like, I talk about the concept, pay any price today so you can pay any price in the future. Like, just listen to that. Pay the price today so you can pay any price in the future. Like, now I don't have to leave my house to go to a job and like whatever. Like, I can't tell how many stories I've had of people that ask me, oh yeah, what do you do for work? Like, you always at appointments, you make every single appointment. I don't miss his bath time. That might sound insane to you, but like, I've just made a thing that I want to be there. I want to be available for my son, I want to be available for my missus. I want to be there to support full time. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm busy, I'm doing this. I have full control. I can push whatever I want to push back. I don't have to do anything. If I want to just wake up and just spend time with my little boy from morning to evening, I can do that. I have choice. And this all comes from the fact that I made the decision that I'm going to do what it takes today. To the future, I have my life set. People now saying, oh, Alfred, you've done it the right way, did the hard work. And for me, I am grateful. Like, I've done the sacrifice, and I'm not trying to play it down. And if you're in a situation where you're already like in this and you need to figure out, even more reason you need to figure out now. Like, don't push it off. Oh, it's too busy. Things are too much hectic at the moment. I got kids, full time. There's no time in the world. It might means that you're running off 3 hours sleep, 4 hours. I don't know, whatever. But it just means that you have a better future by making that sacrifice now, right? So whatever you got to do to allow you to get started now, do it. If it's the money, if you've got to get a loan, I don't know, whatever you need to do to figure out how you can get started, do it. Because for me, I can't encourage anyone, like, even more, like, it's a no-brainer. You want a better future, you sacrifice today. It might take you years, but at least the next 10, 15, 20, whatever the number is, looks better. For me, my context is I sacrificed 3 years. 3 years, I've changed my life completely. The trajectory of my life is completely different. My earnings, my potential of earnings is significant. Weight, like what I used to earn in a year, I can earn in a month. Do you know how insane that is? And all because I made that decision, I'm going to do it now while I can. And don't think, oh, it's too late for me, my time is done. People have made money in their late 40s, 50s, whatever. There is no better time than now. You've made the mistakes, you delayed it, whatever. Today's a new light. Draw a sign in the line and say, I make a change today. I think differently today. I'm going to believe myself. I'm going to back myself today and make that move and set yourself up. So, like, I know I've kind of rambled on a bit, but you can tell it's just more of a passionate video, raw video, just sharing some thought processes and how I operate, right? And how my life now looks different because I made that decision to get started today. And that's the message I'm trying to give to you. Do whatever it takes to start now than later. This just doesn't apply to property alone. Like I said, obviously I'm talking about property in this case, but anywhere in life, if you're passionate about this thing, you know this thing helps you with your life, with your family. Do it today, because there's no other time. There's no better time. There will never be a perfect time. Just start as soon as possible. And for me, as soon as possible is right now. So guys, hope you got some value from that, and just wanted to just share what's on my mind today. And guys, I shall see you in the next video. Take care.